Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRD. And Brian Winnikins from World Dairy Expo. Thank you to our expo sponsors, including Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, Wisconsin Corn Growers Association, Farm First Dairy Cooperative, Olson Farm Services, Synergy Co-op, UtterTech, Osteoplastics, Compeer Financial, and Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. And yes, we are at the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin booth again, and we're with Angie Edge. She's manager for Dairy Company Communications for Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. And so we're going to find out a little bit about some of the things Angie's been doing. So Angie, I guess one of the big things that you're doing is you work with a lot of the cheese folks, cheese manufacturers and that here in Wisconsin?
Exactly. So we have about 125 dairy companies that we work with across the state. Our team's working with them on a regular basis. We're meeting with them regularly. And it doesn't matter if they're a small company or large company, as long as their milk is produced in Wisconsin and they're producing products in Wisconsin, we're working with them. So the first and foremost thing we're doing with them is helping them identify their products as Wisconsin. So when you see that Proudly Wisconsin Dairy or Proudly Wisconsin Cheese on the package, that's our team that's working with those companies, because it's really important that the Wisconsin products are identified, not only here in Wisconsin but across the nation, because people are looking for Wisconsin products.
And I will attest to that. When my parents lived in Northwest Arkansas, there was a grocery store, a small grocery store in Bella Vista, and they had a whole section, and they had that label just for that part of the dairy section with the cheese. It was a big deal.
So they could find it. Actually, the great thing is that you can find Wisconsin cheese in 99% of the stores across the country, because we have a lot of cheese here that we're producing. So it might be under the brands that we know and love here in Wisconsin, but it also could be a private label brand that's owned by one of the major retailers. And the great thing is, too, we've done a lot of research that shows that people are seeking out Wisconsin cheese because they know it's superior quality. They know we win more awards than any other state or country. We're the only state that requires the cheesemakers to have a license. So we find that about 52% of specialty cheese buyers are actively seeking out Wisconsin cheese because of that quality here in Wisconsin.
And that it's almost, that label has almost become a brand in and of itself, hasn't it?
Absolutely. We work so hard to really elevate the perception of Wisconsin cheese and Wisconsin dairy. It is our brand, and we want people to look for it. So everything that we do, whether it's our public relations team or our retail team across the state, we are like promoting, look for the badge, because people can know it's made with pride, it's made in Wisconsin, and it's made with the very best products that we have.
We are talking with Angie Edge. She's the manager of Dairy Communications, or Dairy Company Communications with Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. And Angie, I guess, are the companies wanting more about focusing on sustainability too? That's such a catchphrase nowadays, but it's out there.
Absolutely, and companies want to tell their sustainability story. You know, they want to talk about their farmers that are stewards of the land. We have a lot of companies that are not only dairy farmers, but also cheese producers as well. There are actually some right here in our booth today. But they are farmsteads, so they not only have the farm, but also are producing. So sustainability is a big story, no matter who you're talking to. And at a lot of our major cheese buying shows or our buyer missions, sustainability is always talked about, because people want to know where their food comes from. Our farmers take great care of our land. They want to reduce waste, and the cheese companies do too.
And the other thing with this, all of this as well, without the Wisconsin dairy farmers, you can't do any of this. And so what should dairy farmers know about all of these efforts?
Well, it is one giant partnership, so even though we're working directly with the dairy companies, it all comes back to the dairy farmers. It's their milk that we're trying to increase the demand for. And here in Wisconsin, you know that 90% of our milk is made into cheese, so we do spend a lot of our efforts trying to build the brand of Wisconsin cheese, really to help our dairy farmers have a market for their milk, increase the demand for that milk here in Wisconsin. So hopefully they start to see some of the benefits as well.
Do you also work with some of these companies on innovation? I know that DMI, the National Milk Checkoff, always is working on innovation with new different products from different components from dairy. Okay, Wisconsin, cheese, leading cheese state, byproduct of cheese is whey.
Yeah.
Well, I remember as a kid, my uncle would spread whey on his land. Now I'm announcing the whey prices during my everyday market, midday market update. So is that another area that DFW is looking at exploring? Okay, what about whey? What about that? Those
Way
projects.
and innovation in general. We've helped to fund the Center for Dairy Research. So those are dairy farmer dollars. They're looking for new applications for things like whey, but also helping companies come up with new varieties, new types, new styles, new applications, new ways to use dairy products. So that's a big part of where some of these dairy checkoff dollars go, is to the Center for Dairy Research. Now our team will help them try to increase the demand, drive sales, work with distribution. So we're helping them find markets through maybe grocery store demos. We're helping them with advertising. We're helping them find new ways to sell and trying to get them in the distribution. So that's what my team's doing directly, but the Center for Dairy Research definitely trying to find innovation within the companies.
Okay, Angie, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put you on the spot now, since we've been talking cheese.
You can't ask me what my favorite is.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Oh, I have to say that I love them all.
Oh.
So, Wisconsin has 600 different varieties, types, and styles, and so it just depends on the day. We help source some of the cheeses here at World Dairy Expo for the grilled cheese sandwiches. Friday, I know they have the maple bacon cheese. Every day is so delicious, whether it's an aged cheese, a flavored cheese. I mean, you can't go wrong.
I mean, maple bacon just one. I've never tried it, but you're telling me maple bacon cheese? Oh,
Made by Schallsberg Creamery on Friday. It's going to be one of the grilled cheese features.
well, I guess American, Swiss, and Colby all go to lower in the line, and maple bacon cheese just went to number one for me because I'm sorry, but maple and bacon and cheese, all I need is a Duran Smokehouse burger, and I'm set. Just saying.
It's so hard to choose. I mean, you can try a new type of Wisconsin cheese every single day of the year, and it's going to take you a long time to try them all.
Angie Edge, she's manager of Dairy Company Communications with Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. I'll find out what her real favorite one here is in a little bit for cheese. We're from World Dairy Expo. I'm Brian Winnikins for WRDN.